命をかけて仕草の魂を救う。
デモンズフィニッシュ。
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Grave, and welcome back to another review of Kamen Rider Revice. This time we are going to be talking about episode 20, so just sit back, relax, and let's enjoy the episode because there's a lot of stuff that happened this time. Anyway, let's get on to it. Now, the episode starts off right where the last one ends, with Hiromi about to transform, but is hesitant because the demon's like laughing at him, telling him like he'll feed the life out of him. Daiji comes in at the nick of time and takes Hiromi's place and fights the Gitarian alongside Iki. And Iki and Vice turn their attention more towards Oteka. Now, they make an attempt to like split Oteka from his demon, but Oteka knocks Vice out of the attack, which causes it to fail. And he flees from a fight as Daiji defeats the Gitarian. Now, as the energy from the Gitarian like transfers into the Gifu statue, George is like really excited that the demons and the demon's driver is about to awaken, as Hiromi like stares at his driver like with a concerned look on his face. Back at the bathhouse, Genta the father is back to doing his usual viral videos, with Vice asking Yukimi the mom like, can he have some courage? He's like, no, you can't have any. And ironically, Vice is calling her the demon, which, can you blame her? Right? You try to eat her, can you blame her? But anyway, the three siblings come out, and they talk about Tatsuhiko, the captain from the last episode, who's actually being currently hospitalized because of what happened last episode. With a flashback happening of Tatsuhiko telling Hiromi that he has to save Chisuka, and they fist bump. He makes a promise to him. Now both Iki and Daiji, being worried, go to check on Hiromi. Hiromi looks at his driver in the locker room again, and is knocked back by the driver, like had some kind of energy, some like boof explosion, and the driver laughs at him again, revealing that he's a demon. Before Iki and Daiji show up to check in on Hiromi, he like hides the driver. Iki apologizes for not like really noticing Chisuka's betrayal, and as they're talking, Vice comments that the place smells like a demon. Daiji, once again asks Hiromi to leave the fighting to them, but Hiromi like says like, hey, haven't I already told you I'm gonna fight even if it risks my life, and walks away. We then cut to Oteka and Chisuka as they discuss what Oteka's true goal is, and he's explaining how he joined the Deadmans because his old guy convinced him, and now he says he wants to have humanity involved past its foolishness. And asks Chisuka, are you there to help me? With Chisuka agree. Now, the guy that got Oteka into Deadmans, he has his like hands in a way that reminds me of the Phoenix director. I think those two are the same guy. Also, when you see like a close-up, him having a suit on, so you can't really see his face, you see the white suit and tie. So I think that is the Phoenix director. But anyway, back in the warehouse Aguilera was staying in, she scolds Tamaki, Julia, for asking Sakura to help. She like chokes him and throws him down. Tamaki asks like, what exactly is Gifu, with Aguilera answering that he's a life form, he's a god, he will evolve humanity on a different path. It's kind of the same thing as Oteka, but like, I guess different reasons, which kind of just goes to show like they want the same thing, but they want to use that thing in a different way. But Tamaki goes to visit Sakura while she's practicing karate, and asks him to help Aguilera again. At the Phoenix medical office, Iki makes a visit and asks the doctor like what's exactly going on with Hiromi. And while a little hesitant at first, she tells him that Hiromi's body is really no longer fit to be a rider. Like, his internal organs are registering as 80-year-old organs, which is not normal. And that the next time he transforms, he might die. As this is happening, Hiromi is visiting George and basically confronts him about the Demons driver. And George mocks him. He calls him a lab rat and even uses his own catchphrase against him. Like, what was that catchphrase you were using? I'll lay my life down if I can save the world. Like, George, you're kind of being a cunt. Like, holy shit. When Hiromi asks what George really wanted, what he's after, George just responds like he just wanted to make the ultimate Kamen Rider and just leaves Hiromi. Hiromi's then walking in a hallway in like a slump, wondering what to do next as he sees like this vision of Yujiro giving the speech that we heard him say last episode. And as Iki walks in, disrupts the ghostly figure, telling him that, hey, if you want to transform in this fight, you should transform. And then Iki said he'll risk his life to protect Hiromi's. Now, back at the bathhouse, the three siblings discuss Tamaki asking for Aguilera's help, with Iki saying that, yeah, but their first priority should be beating Oteka since he has the Gifu stamp and they should take the stamp back. And in the Phoenix locker room, Hiromi calls Chisuka and tells her that it's time to settle things between them, and meets her and Oteka alone. Hiromi once again tries to convince Chisuka that it's not too late to come back, but them having this argument back and forth about, Phoenix isn't the true side of justice. Getting annoyed by this conversation, Oteka stamps Chisuka, instantly killing her and releasing a dead man. Now this obviously angers Hiromi, and he transforms, telling his driver that, yeah, you can take my life is yours. And he begins to fight the Giftarian. Daiji and George are watching, and Daiji informs Iki and Sakura that Hiromi's fighting and they're about to head out. But they're in the middle of visiting Takumi and Aguilera. Now as the fight is going on, Hiromi's obviously struggling and fighting the Giftarian as Oteka summons juniors to give him even a harder time. And Oteka transforms himself and goes to attack Hiromi. But Iki and Sakura show up just in time to fight off the juniors and Oteka, so that Hiromi can focus on the Giftarian. Iki and Sakura transform and they begin to fight the juniors with this huge action piece. Like, Iki and Vice are using every form they have. They go from like the Rex to the Eagle to the Pterodactyl to like all these other things. Like, it's crazy how much they keep transforming. Like, it was a good action piece. Oteka, scared shitless, attempts to run away, but he's stopped by Takumi and Aguilera, who begin to attack him, teaming up with Iki and Vice. Until Oteka drops the stamp, then Aguilera and Takumi take it and just leave. They just like, we got what we wanted, bye. Hiromi defeats the Giftarian and destroys the body. Sakura defeats the juniors, and with the help of Hiromi, like holding back Oteka from leaving, like a Dragon Ball when Goku holds back Raditz. He's holding him in place, letting Iki and Vice do a finisher on him, separating him from his demon. The energy from the Giftarian goes into the Gifu statue, and this causes Vice to have another one of those huge headaches, like when they raided the Dead Man's base. Iki then goes to check on Hiromi, saying that he used his kick to knock off the driver before it killed him, and they share like this brotherly fist bump. Hiromi and Tatsuhiko pay their respects at Yujiro and Chisuka's grave as Iki and his family have dinner, with Vice getting his share finally, removing his mask, showing his actual face to the family. We don't get to see it, of course, but they do, and they're freaked out about it. As Iki gets a call from Hiromi, he and Daiji go to meet with Hiromi, and he reveals that the driver is a demon. And that's where the episode ends. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking Hiromi was going to die this episode. I made bets on it, and now I have to eat those spicy ramen noodles because I made those bets. But still, last episode, they were dropping real, like, a lot of death flags for Hiromi, and I'm kind of glad that that's not the case this episode. But I don't think the whole issue with Hiromi and the Demon's Driver is settled. I think there has to be more to that. But anyway, I did like this episode. What did you guys think? Did you like this episode? Did you guys think that it would have been better if Hiromi died? Like, I know that's a fucked up question, but maybe if he died, something would have happened. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week so we could talk about Kamen Rider Revice episode 21. Holy crap, we're on episode 21 already. Time honestly flies. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.